35 right now, the federal government will take control of the $7 billion renovation of Penn Station. Amtrak now set to oversee that work instead of the MTA.
Yeah, this is just the latest battle between the Trump administration and New York City. And in this case specifically, it's the U.S. Department of Transportation that says the MTA is out and Amtrak is in as the leader of the major renovation project of Penn Station that you see here behind.
So it looks like Amtrak is finally going to get the federal government funding that they've been so desperately needing. However, MTA's got to step down and let Amtrak begin its new renovations. Will this happen? Will the governor, Kathy Hochul, let it happen? Or will it just continue to fall apart because the Trump administration refuses to give the funding from the federal government to New York City for the train station if they don't switch the company that is currently running it over to the company that owns it.
The MTA, though, still wants a seat at the table in all of the conversations moving forward, though. Now, Governor Hochul says this is a victory for New Yorkers. Hochul says in multiple meetings that she's had with President Trump, she's been asking for federal funding for the long overdue revamp of this transit hub. And now that major announcement, federal government taking over the $7 billion project completely and backing Amtrak, which owns the station. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy said in a statement that this new approach was needed due to the MTA's, quote, history of inefficiency, waste, and mismanagement. If you remember, recently, Secretary Duffy came to New York City, took a ride on the subway, and slammed the transit system. And you also remember the Trump administration right now is also fighting the MTA in court over congestion pricing. Well, the MTA responded to this news about the Penn Station project, saying it's glad the federal government is focusing on the project. They defended their 33rd Street Concourse project that they've worked on and finished up. And then they also said, as the major leaseholder of the station, they expect to participate in efforts moving forward about the future plans here. So both the governor and Secretary Duffy say this move will save taxpayers millions of dollars. What we don't know yet, of course, is with this major change, what the plan and the timeline is for the federal government starting this project. When will it be done? Because obviously this impacts a ton of people. More than 600,000 people a day come through Penn Station.